You are not who you think you are. You are not here to be a victim or to suffer. You are not here to have blinders over your eyes. You need to lift the veil and wake up. These are the truths that you need to hear because they are the catalysts for your spiritual awakening. Keep on watching if you want to step out of this world and step into a totally new reality. You will have a completely new understanding of everything you've known before. After watching this, your eyes will be wide open and you will have a new understanding of why you are going through the dark night of the soul. Think hard before you follow the crowd, conform to the norms, or chase the illusions that you think is your only reality. Remember that you are here to be a hero, to be a master, to be a leader. The problem is that you have forgotten who you are and why you are here. You have been distracted and disillusioned by your ego. You have been asleep, unaware, and unconscious of your true nature. This is why you are experiencing the dark night of the soul, a period of intense spiritual crisis that transforms you to your core. This is not a punishment, a breakdown, or a curse. It's a purification, a breakthrough, and a blessing. The dark night of the soul is the ultimate wake-up call from your soul, inviting you to embark on the most important journey of your life, the journey from darkness to light. But what is the dark night of the soul, and why does it happen? And more importantly, how can it lead to spiritual awakening and transformation? Most people want to be closer to God, the universe, or the divine power they believe in when they are going through hard times. They feel sad, lonely, and lost. They think God has abandoned them and does not care about them. This is called the dark night of the soul. St. John of the Cross wrote about this in a poem from the 16th century. He said this challenging state was a good thing because it made the soul cleaner and ready to meet God. He said there were two parts of the dark night. The first part is when you do not enjoy praying or doing good things anymore. The second part is when you have to face your biggest fears and doubts. The dark night of the soul is a way to grow and change spiritually. It is a test and a chance to learn to love and trust more. It is not forever. It will end with a new day. As Henry Wadsworth Longfellow said, "The nearer the dawn, the darker the night." In this mystical and powerful state, you are being plunged into an existential crisis marked by overwhelming feelings of despair, disconnection, and hopelessness. It is often triggered by some external event, such as the death of a loved one, a divorce, a loss of a job, a health issue, or a global crisis. It's also not a sign of weakness, failure, or punishment, but a necessary phase on the spiritual journey that serves to initiate us into new levels of consciousness and evolution. It is a process of dying to the old self and being reborn to the true self. The dark night of the soul is not a linear or predictable process, but a dynamic and unpredictable one that can last for months or years. It can involve various stages of emotional turmoil, such as anger, grief, fear, and loneliness. It can also challenge our beliefs, values, identity, and purpose, and force us to confront our shadows and traumas. It's a state that offers us a rare opportunity to transform ourselves and our lives from the inside out. It can teach us valuable lessons such as humility, compassion, courage, and faith. It can also awaken us to our true nature, which is beyond the ego and the mind, and connect us to our soul and spirit. It's not a permanent state, but a temporary one that will eventually end when we have completed our spiritual growth and integration. It is a passage from the darkness to the light, from the illusion to the truth, from the separation to the unity. It is a journey from the human to the divine, from the finite to the infinite, from the mortal to the immortal. The dark night of the soul is a difficult time when we feel lost, hopeless, and alone. but it is also a chance to grow, heal, and awaken. Many people who go through the dark night of the soul discover a new way of seeing and being in the world. They realize who they really are and what they are here for. They connect with the divine source of all life and experience a deep peace and joy. They become more intuitive, compassionate, and creative. They see the beauty and magic in everything. They live in the present moment and love themselves and others unconditionally. This is what it means to have a spiritual awakening. It is the ultimate gift of the dark night of the soul. This turmoil period often leads to spiritual awakening because it forces us to confront our deepest fears, doubts, and illusions, and to let go of our attachments, expectations, and identities. It strips away everything that is not essential and reveals our true essence, which is pure consciousness. You can overcome this difficult time and emerge into the light by following some advice that will help you navigate through it. The first piece of advice is to embrace your feelings. Instead of resisting, denying, or judging what you're feeling, allow yourself to feel it fully. Express your emotions in healthy ways, such as writing, talking, crying, or praying. The second piece of advice is to connect with others. Instead of isolating yourself, reach out to people who can understand and empathize with what you are going through. Find a spiritual mentor, a therapist, a friend, or a group that can offer you guidance, comfort, and encouragement. The third piece of advice is to nurture yourself. Instead of neglecting your physical, mental, and emotional needs, take care of yourself in ways that nourish and soothe you. Eat well, sleep well, exercise, meditate, relax, and do things that bring you joy and peace. The fourth piece of advice is to trust the process and the outcome. Instead of despairing, have faith that everything is happening for a reason and that you are being led to a higher good. Remember that the dark night of the soul is temporary and that it will end when you are ready to move on to the next stage of your journey. The fifth and final piece of advice is to surrender to the divine. Instead of trying to control, fix, or understand everything, let go of your ego and your will and allow the divine to work through you and for you. Ask for guidance, listen to your intuition, and follow your heart. The law of assumption is also a powerful tool that can be used to help you through these dark times. By focusing on positive thoughts and beliefs, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, visualizing yourself already in possession of your desire, and feeling grateful for it, you can attract positive experiences and outcomes into your life. This can help to alleviate feelings of darkness and despair and give you the strength and hope to keep going. You can do this as a part of your spiritual journey, trusting that the universe has a plan and a lesson for you, and by releasing the negativity that is holding you back. By applying this in your life, you will be able to get through the dark night of the soul and emerge into the light. The most valuable lesson is that this phase in your life is not something to be feared, but to be embraced. It is a gift that can awaken you to your true potential and your true purpose. It is a journey that can transform you from the inside out. If you are going through the dark night of the soul, know that you are not alone and that you are not broken. You are simply breaking through to a new level of awareness and a new way of living. Thank you for listening. Stay brave and open-minded and start using our advice. You will soon start noticing more light in your life. Also remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel to get notified of similar content like this. Until next time.